Alright, so I wanted to make a quick video. Let me push down a little further so you can see. So I want to make a quick video on back bleeding and when you should use float. So if you're doing some normal back dragging and everything's sort of close to grade but you still need to do some cutting and shaping, you should not use float. Float is not going to shape for you. Where I use float is in a situation like this. So let me back up so you can see what we've got. So you can see that I've got this pretty well close to grade. All I really want to do is back blade my track marks out. I'm not really doing any shaping. I'm not trying to knock down a bunch of high spots. I'm really just smoothing the surface. This is when you would use float. So we're going to cap back up here. The way you use float in a dozer, most guys, incorrect way, and the way most guys do it, and I did for a while until I learned, is you would hit float right now. So I've shoved it all the way forward and now I'm in float mode. The problem is it's going to gouge right where I'm at because of the weight of the blade until there's enough material built up to kind of support the blade. So instead what I do is I put this on the grade, just touching, and then we're going to track backwards and we're just going to slowly drag and blend. And then when we get to this point where I've actually got some material on my blade, now I'm pushing my stick forward all the way. I've got it in float mode, and you're going to notice we're not going to gouge because of the fact that I've already got that cushion of material built up on my blade. So that is the correct way to float the blade. Right now we are in float mode, and I've also got my blade angled off to the left so that any extra material is going to shoot over to where we're going to make another pass. And when I'm ready to come out of float, I'm just going to slowly raise my blade, let that material run out, and now we've got a nice, pretty, glorious pass. And it's nice and smooth. Now, I'm going to go up here and mess it all up because I want to get this little area. But, so again, what I'm going to do, I am not in float mode. I'm going to manually lower the blade a little bit. We're going to build material right about there. Now I'm pushing and I'm in float mode. I'm going to angle my blade. Now to come out of it, I'm just slowly raising my blade, let the material run out, and there you go. We've got a nice blended edge. Blade down, build some material, now I hit float. This is going to be a short pass, so I'm already going to start coming out of it. Just slowly raising the blade a little bit, let the material run out, boom. I'm actually going to just catch this one forward. It's a little area that I just want to knock the windrow down. There we go. So if I had the time today, I would really try to backblade all of this super nice. But I gotta run here pretty quick, so I'm trying to just knock this out. But you can see how nice that looks. When you use float the correct way, it works really well. But the circumstances have to be right. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that float is gonna just kind of dress it up and shape it for you, and that is not the case at all. All float is doing is allowing that valve to stay open for the blade height. And so the weight of the blade is what's keeping the blade down. But as soon as you get to a fat spot of material, it's not going to put pressure down on the blade to cut it. It's just going to let the blade float up over top of it. And that's why people need to be aware that you don't braid with your blade in float. That is a very common misconception. Go over there and dress that up, but I'm in a hurry for today. I was trying to keep my left side of the blade down, that's why the right side got high there. But it was more important to knock that little mound down on the left side that you couldn't see. So you don't get a windrow off of the right side here. I'm actually angling to where the right side is just a hair higher than the left. And I'm talking like a half inch, maybe a quarter inch. It's a very, very slight height difference. And what that's gonna do is, instead of the windrow coming out around the blade is allowing that material to run out, which is gonna give me a nice blended edge to my last pass. Right there. You can't really tell where my last pass stopped and the new pass started. And that's all I got for you guys. That is today's Down and Dirty. So I hope this was helpful. Hit the subscribe button. We'll catch you guys on the next video.